Welcome to another episode of the Lovers and Things podcast.
Where your favorite couple's favorite couple
Talks about the things that they love.
We'll work on that one.
Well, my name is Lex.
I'm Greg.
And we're the favorite couple.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us for another week of all sorts of fun things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mostly
babe,
home related.
Mostly
Vibe
home
related.
Vibe related.
Yeah.
All the things related.
Yeah. How was your week?
My week was good.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do?
Not much of anything, which is a good thing.
You know, you can't beat that. In the summer, nothingness is a vibe in and of itself.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm working, right? I'm a 9-to-5 gal still, so I worked.
Yes.
I worked
Still.
out.
Oh, still. I like that energy because there's a expiration date on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
We've talked about this
Put it out there.
extensively. I'm a 9-to-5 girl currently.
Yeah.
And then working out.
Mm-hmm.
And then this weekend we did some fun stuff. So it's been a really good week, I think.
Yeah, and you 6 weeks of personal training.
Yes,
right?
guys. I've been on a fitness journey. I say a journey because it really is a journey. It's like a lifelong thing. But I started with a personal trainer 6 weeks ago. And yeah, we did our pictures before and after for 6 weeks. I'm going to continue with her past the 6 weeks, obviously. But it was fun to see the progress.
Them gains, though.
The gains.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with myself. So, yes, I've had a very good week. I feel good.
Yeah, it's shocking how much you can get out of just 6 weeks of focused, just grind, just doing it.
Just 6 weeks, straight to it.
That's really good.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? How was your week, lovey?
Oh, it was pretty chill. It's all a blur. It's just out here.
Why
just
is it all a blur?
It's always a blur. But I did remember this weekend we caught the Deon Cole show
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, some good old fashioned stand up.
Really good old fashioned freaking
good.
stand up.
Them laughs per minute.
Yo, that man is hilarious.
Them laughs per minute. He packs it in.
He packs it in, and I didn't know about Deon Cole before Blackish. I think I was introduced to him via Blackish.
I think that's really made him go mainstream is Blackish.
I feel like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, he was also on The Harder They Fall.
Was he?
Yeah, that movie,
Western. The one that had all the black people in it.
He was like the villain. I think it was Wiley Escobar or something.
That was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Good for him.
But that was like a recent one.
Yeah.
But yeah, really amazing stand-up artist, stand-up comedian. It was just the jokes per minute. With Dave Chappelle, he takes his time. He'll take you down the road and then take you up up the back roads and take you around the corner and you pass in the building twice until you finally get to where you're going and then the punchline hits.
Yeah.
But with Deon, it was just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
bam.
he was back to back to back with those things, and it was for a Netflix
special. Yeah.
Special. So maybe that's why he was so refined. I don't know. I have a feeling though he's just funny.
That was a polished hour.
My God, it was so great, and I mean we were chuckling,
dying.
To Greg's point, every
laughing.
minute, just like
oh my God, and we felt so exposed because he's making jokes about black people.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, come on now.
He made one joke that took me the heck out. It was like, oh, I can't tell you guys. Anyway,
you gotta watch the special.
You have to watch the special. Netflix. And if you see us, let's.
Oh yeah, because it was our moment to shine, right?
It was our moment to shine. Forget Deon.
So we're audience members of this Netflix taping.
Yeah, we were in the building.
So of course we came prepared.
Yeah.
For our moment to shine.
We looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Smelt good.
Yes.
And we
got
had
my
on
teeth whitened. It's ready.
He did not.
Yo, that 4K.
Yo, listen. And then we had on bright-ish color shirts, so we stood out.
Oh, they might not let us on because of that.
I think it makes us look really nice. Yeah.
Oh, we'll really stand out. They'd be like, look at that couple. Oh
if everyone's wearing black and we're wearing color.
I
wonder if they have a podcast called Lovers and Things.
That's so cute. Oh my God, look at them.
That's our hope.
They're wavy. No, but yeah, that's our 5 minutes of fame right there.
Yeah, it was so fun.
If we make it through the editing room and onto that show.
Because a lot of good stuff gets left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, but they do that audience pan every now and then. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat, ready. Are we going to be there?
And it was authentic laughs, though. All authentic laughs.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely check that one out when it comes out. Because that was That was a good one.
It was really great. And for me, one of the things I enjoyed outside of the actual production and the comedy was the theater. It was at King's
Oh,
Theater in
right.
Brooklyn. I have never been to King's Theater. And a gem.
Yeah,
I think a
it's
gem
like
over
a
there.
historic
It's
theater. It was
beautiful.
breathtaking on in the inside of that place.
I was shocked
Yeah,
at
and
how good it was.
the lobby, it was beautiful, and
Mm-hmm.
it was great. But it was really interesting being part of that process of the taping, because you kind of see how the proverbial sausage is made,
Yeah.
and you kind of see, this is how a special is taped. There was like robotic
Mm-hmm.
cameras on remote control cameras and all this stuff.
Yeah,
And
there were some cuts, there were some startovers for certain things. It was
yeah.
interesting, but the comedy was gold, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
Deon Cole fan from now
taping or
on.
not,
I just feel like he should have
I
way
wasn't
more
capping.
like
I wasn't laughing that hard just because I was being
no.
possibly being recorded. I was, I wouldn't show it out just because the TV, the cameras is on.
No, it's really
Act
because
right.
he was that funny.
No, it was really
I feel like he's
legitimately
legendary.
hilarious, and I'll watch the special again.
And would still laugh.
Yeah,
I can't
'cause it
say
was
the
good.
same for other Netflix specials. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, but this one is just cuts through it all. It's not
Mhm.
really trying to tell you a big message. It's just more so just making you laugh.
And I like that.
You gotta really appreciate comics. Like you could tell he's like a road comic. You gotta really appreciate just like putting out the laughs.
Yeah, absolutely. Not everyone can do it, and he's someone who can definitely do it. Filling up an hour like that's crazy.
Hmm.
So that was fun. And then afterwards, what do we do afterwards?
We
Not much. We grabbed some
scrambled
food.
for food. It
Oh
was
yeah, because
it was like 9. We left at 9:45, 9:50,
and
which is
everything was shutting the heck down.
at 10 o'clock.
That's so annoying, y'all. In the South, we from the South, where stuff stay open till like 2 a.m. and that includes some food spots.
Yeah,
For whatever reason, in the Northeast, New York, New Jersey area,
things shut down early. It was
at
10.
10
It was
o'clock.
like 9:50. So there's really not much you could do. All the restaurants are closing, and when you look on your phone, they're giving you recommendations of places that are about to close. So it's like, how do I filter out the things that are about to close? Give me that filter, Google.
Yeah, like
About
it
to
was.
close.
Yeah, we need
Take that
about
out.
to close filter.
Right, about to close filter.
Yeah.
So we found one that
Yeah,
was
season in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the letter C.
Zen, like
with a Z.
season.
Yeah, it was tasty.
Yeah, it was
It was really
good.
good.
We
Oh, my
went
Lord.
in and we sat at the bar because literally the kitchen was closing in like 5 minutes.
Right, which was misleading. Their hours were to like midnight.
Yeah. but the
However,
kitchen
I think
closed at
the
10.
kitchen closed at 10. I wish they need another. That's another thing for Google. Put what time does the kitchen close?
Right, it'd be different.
But the bar stay open.
Yes,
Give me
'cause
that. I
we
need
did
that granularity.
2 different things. Yeah.
Need that
Because
granularity.
we barely made it.
barely made it.
So we were the last people to put in food, I think, and then we sat at the bar, and
Mhm.
the food took about, I'd say, 30, 40 minutes.
I don't know how long the food took because some drinks were strong. Oh my.
Because, yeah, while we were sitting there, our bartender, bless her heart, was making hood club drinks, and that's the
Right.
best. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Drinks that be straight alcohol.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, liquor.
Oh my goodness.
Them
She
things
was
was
pouring stuff,
liquor.
and I was like, "Who's that drink for?" And then she passed it to us. I was like, "Oh."
I thought it was a double. She was making mine because mine was called the Wakanda, and I should have knew
You should
then.
know the Wakanda.
It was called the Wakanda. I knew it was going to be
problems right
terrible. It had Douce,
Douce.
which
Douce.
I'm not a brown girl. Like I really don't drink often at all. And when I do, it is never brown. But it was Douce, Black Label, Jimmy
Oh,
Walker,
Johnny Walker.
See,
Not
that's how
Jimmy
much I don't
Walker.
drink.
Jimmy Walker.
Who's
Is that
Jimmy
Good
Walker?
Times?
Tell him
Is
to
that
hit
Good
me.
Times?
I don't know
Jimmy
who that
Walker?
is. I don't know Jimmy Walker.
Ain't that JJ?
We'll keep it moving.
Okay, let's not
we
dwell
won't
on
dwell.
that. Okay.
Johnny Walker.
They had it, and then the third, probably third and fourth.
Chambord. There was a. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Chambord.
that sounds right.
And then it had sour mix and lime.
Mm.
So in my mind, because my husband, and you guys will learn this about him, he makes fantastic cocktails. He's somewhat of a
Mixologist.
if you will.
If you will. It's always the if
if
you
you
will.
only if you will. You feel me? And so I am used to having fresh, delicious, well-balanced cocktails all the time.
Mhm.
So when I saw those things, I was like, oh, it's going to be like a sour situation. And I love a sour
Sure.
for when I do drink. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Baby, that wasn't no sour.
And we were on an empty stomach.
And we were on an empty stomach.
Because obviously
babe.
we're ordering food.
Yeah.
So it was rough.
That was rough. And then Babe had, what did you have? Some sort of
I had
punch.
something called the seasoned punch, which is, I guess, a rum punch, sub rum, replaced with Hennessy.
When I say, don't take no offense, y'all. Y'all know what I mean when I say hood
I'm
club
here
drinks.
for it.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm here for it, but I wasn't ready for it. Okay, that's two different things.
And then she gave us our drinks. Bless her heart. She was like, "Are they okay?" I said,
Yeah, because you don't want to get abused again.
Right. It's fine, girl. What's she gonna do? Remix it with less Duce?
No, we should know what we signed up for. We got what we got as what was advertised.
Yeah, we did.
I should have seen Hennessy on that ingredients list and should have reconsidered.
Yeah, the minute I saw Duce, I should have been like, not today.
Not today. But it was the day, the Hennessy, but it was good. And then I got the oxtail.
Yeah, you got oxtail. I got curry shrimp.
Something about like being hungry at the end of a late night.
After drinking Hennessy.
Oxtails after you fill your gullet with Hennessy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that oxtail was hitting.
It was. Yeah, my curry shrimp was good, but you tore up them oxtails, so I'm sure they were tasty.
Yeah, but that was our week.
Yeah, that was it. And we did stop by to see my sister, who also lives in Brooklyn. We ate at her house, which was fun. It's always good to see her.
Yeah.
And her partner and the dog nephew as well.
The barrel boy.
Our barrel boy nephew.
Loki. Yeah.
That was good.
But
that
yeah,
was
also
really fun.
last week we got a special delivery, right?
Oh my gosh.
A milestone delivery.
A milestone delivery, guys. Guess what has arrived? Our bedroom set. I shouldn't say set because y'all gonna think it's coming from, we don't do sets.
There was a moment there.
Dang.
Bedroom.
Bed frame.
Boom. Bed frame. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all why I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this because Gregory and I have been intentional about how we have been furnishing our home. We have, I'd say, taken our time. Have we taken our time? And I feel like we did the things quickly-ish for the communal area. Yeah. Like we focused on, because we had some of the essentials coming from our previous apartment. So what we did was focus on furnishing the communal areas and furnishing them in a way that fit our style, our aesthetic.
Actually, there was not much of anything that came from the old apartment.
Well, I'm talking about like we never had we already had the bed frame from we didn't need to redo that kind of stuff.
We had stuff
the
that we could carry over as far as the bedroom is concerned.
Yes, so that's why the bedroom wasn't a focus because first of all, our bedroom is upstairs, and upstairs nobody goes up there but us.
It's like a separate space.
It's like its own separate thing. So we focused on furnishing the areas that people would experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so we focused on communal areas. Got the dining room table.
Yes, we focused on dining room and living room.
Anton from West Elm.
Oh, you want to get specific? Yes.
Right, the Anton from West Elm, which by the way is on sale, y'all.
He's giving y'all the details.
Like that Anton is a vibe.
Yes, so we decided on the Anton. Well, let me take you guys through how we got to West Elm to begin with. So West Elm, was one of the places that we were looking for because we were at a point where we wanted quality furniture that was also styled in a mid-century modern aesthetic.
Yes.
When we were first, I'm gonna take you there. Walk with me, fam. Walk with me. Follow me, church. And so when we were first deciding how we would furnish this house, I think we have shared in previous episodes that our house is a Cape Cod, a traditional Cape Cod, meaning that it is, tighter space, if you will. It's open floor plan-esque, but the bones of the home are tighter. So initially I was thinking that we would be able to do what everyone was doing at the time, was some sort of modern farmhouse. The issue with that is, number one, to be honest, it's not as sleek as I would like it to be, and
it's
two,
a little heavy. It's heavy inside.
Yes, bigger furniture pieces, things that are a little more wide, a little more bulky, which works if you have tons of space. We needed something sleek and modern, but I don't think we're minimalist people, if that makes sense. We like warmth, we like color, we like texture.
We're not really monochromatic or,
But we do like things that are sleek and
well made.
Well made. Greg
Yeah.
cares very much about quality. So when we were looking for suppliers, places where we could find our furniture, West Elm was
Really
top of
stood
the
out.
list.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you've ever been in a West Elm, that showroom is like we walk around, everything's like, yeah, yeah, of course, I like that, I like that. It really, I feel like there was like it connected with us
Yeah, it
and
did.
our tastes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that Anton, I think when we both saw it,
Mm-hmm.
we immediately were drawn to it
Yeah, we
because
were.
it had a very intentional design,
Mm-hmm.
and I really appreciated that.
It's
Yeah.
very sleek. It's the best way I can explain it. It's got beautiful curvature. It's a for those of you who aren't familiar with West Elm and the Anton table, because why would you? It's a wood based furniture piece,
Yeah.
and it has but it's curated in a way and designed in a way that has really smooth angular edges and things
Yeah.
that make it really nice for a space like ours.
Yeah, it has like a tapering that to a leading edge, and there's like that motif, that detail continues through the legs of the table, so it's really cool.
Yeah, if
And
you're
it's on
looking
sale, so
Yeah, if you're looking for a statement piece in your dining room, if you're someone who's not afraid of having a statement dining table, because some people don't. Some people like it to be a little more minimal, and you create the statement by way of like your accent chairs or things like that. We went the opposite direction. The table is the statement, and then we adorned it with a bench, the
right,
Anton bench, and then some velvet chairs.
right, yeah.
So
So
that's
yeah,
really
it
cute,
plays really
y'all.
nicely.
We're really happy about it. So
Yeah,
West Elm for sure was like a
right.
go-to for us.
Yeah, we got the downstairs really together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when we first got there, the space was basically like a space where the that's the first thing you see as a guest. So
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that that area at least looked like you could use it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, people could sit down, people could use the dining room table, somewhere to put these people, whoever
Yeah.
comes by.
And it was well styled.
Yeah.
And so we have a like a an open floor plan living room and dining room area. So the living room bleeds into what is the living room,
The dining room,
the
yeah.
dining room, and vice versa. And so the living room is also heavily West Elm inspired.
Right. We got one piece from there, the
Mm-hmm.
Andes
The
sectional.
Andy sectional, which the one
Also is on sale.
also on sale.
Just, I'm
It
looking, I'm
wasn't
taking
on
care of
sale when
y'all.
we got it. Okay, it's
Oh,
on
see?
sale now.
Well, it's on sale. We couldn't wait a year.
No, we could not. No, we couldn't wait a year for that. But it's beautiful. It's sleek. It's a sectional with a movable. What do you call
Kind of like
that?
an ottoman, but not really.
Yeah.
It's just the other side of the sectional.
The other side of the
But you
sectional,
could use it as an ottoman,
which we
technically.
do pretty often. So I'm glad we
Yeah.
did that.
And it's got, again, good hardware on there. The legs,
Yeah.
yeah, I call them stiletto legs because they kind of come to a point, which also lends to the minimal
Yeah.
profile of our furniture. So that's a piece on there. But like we say all that to say that we've taken our time on the downstairs area, and we finally got something for the bedroom.
Yes. All that to say that that's the thing. So now that upstairs is now the focus. The
Got the
bedroom is
bed.
the first place that has to be updated because we have lived minimally up there for quite a bit.
Spartan.
Which has been fine. But this particular bed frame, I was so happy that I found. Guys, let me just tell you that the internet and interior design creators have changed the way that I find things. And I found this bed frame by way of a TikToker. I think her name is Ash though.
Okay.
And it was a viral TikTok where she was essentially sharing how to make your master bedroom hotel good was literally the term hotel
okay.
good. Child, I don't know if that's a thing or if she made it up, but it was a thing at the moment.
Yeah, I
And
do love a
so-
hotel.
Yes.
And hotel good. That's
And
a,
I think we have literally said from time to time that we want our bedroom to feel like a cozy hotel, like well styled.
yeah,
We
I
have
guess,
said
yeah,
that,
we've done that.
and so I
Even
think
like
we're
you
on
know
our
how
way.
hotel rooms have those big dramatic headboards that are basically fixtures into the wall.
Yeah.
I would really be moved by those and wanting to do that
Really?
in our home. Like, it makes no sense in a home. Like you know
That's
how
what
like
moves
they'll do that
Greg,
paneling
fixtures
that
in the
like
wall.
stretches across the entire room,
Mm-hmm.
but it's part of the headboard. That's like I'm like, oh, I love that. Let's do that.
Wow.
Just need to knock down this wall and
And just drill into the
yeah,
wall. No
and
big
put a whole
deal.
piece of wood on there. Yeah.
But instead of doing that, we bought a bed frame.
Yes, a headboard. It was really nice.
I'm really pleased with it. I was kind of concerned because, again, you guys, we have furnished the house primarily through West Elm. We didn't mention this, but also CB2 is where we've gotten like our credenza and things from. So that's our vibe, that's our aesthetic, that's the quality that we're looking for. But in this TikTok, there was the bed frame and also all of the accoutrement that made the bed beautiful. So all of the bedding, she spoke to like waffle quilts and like how many duvets to put in and linen duvet, like all the things were detailed there. But the bed was what I couldn't get away from.
You're really drawn to that.
Really good. Yeah, I was really drawn to it. So guess where the bed is from, y'all? Freaking Joss in Maine, which is essentially Wayfair.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But like
we had a few things from Wayfair, yeah.
Yeah, in the past, but they weren't good quality.
These are from where these chairs were on, no?
I think so. Are the chairs we're sitting on?
Probably
They
from
are.
Wayfair, yeah.
Okay, though I lied. These two chairs are good quality and are from Wayfair. But yeah, so I was a little worried about it, but the reviews were great.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that I was concerned about when I finally was like, okay, I'm going to do it. The color's right. The size is right. We measured the bedroom. We went through the whole 9. I placed the order. And Wyatt said it wasn't going to show up for 6 weeks, y'all. I was heartbroken.
Yeah, like 6 to 8 weeks, which is like never.
Like,
you might as well just not even.
Never.
When is that ever going to be happening?
But to be fair, that's how long we waited for everything else in this house.
Yes, I can. But this was panorama time. It's different.
No, is that really an excuse?
Post panorama.
Post panorama things should be moving quicker, and it did. It showed up like.
It showed up like a week later.
Yes,
Yeah.
not even like a week and a half.
That was the definition of under promise and over deliver, because
Listen,
they over delivered.
We literally hit the pay button and I walked away because I'm like, I ain't gonna see it, so I don't care.
Yes, because like I remember, I got the notification on the Ring, and this delivery driver like struggling to bring this massive box to the porch area. And I'm like, that's the bed. But I wasn't expecting, because 6 to 8 weeks, I just turn my mind off.
Yeah,
to it,
like it's not coming.
I fully expect never to get this thing.
Yes.
And that is how I manage my feelings.
Yeah, of course.
So that I don't get disappointed. I'm not going to wait
Healthy
at the door for a delivery that's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. I'm just going to turn it on. I'm going to act like it never happened.
Mental
and
health.
it's a surprise.
Yeah, I like that.
Self-care. It's all
what a
about
king.
Perspective. Glass half full.
Glass half full, my G.
So this big box showed up. And I'm like, oh, the bed's here. And then, so we were all excited.
Yeah.
We open it up, and there's like one piece in it. It's like, what?
They did not know that it was coming into delivery, so I'm all like, yes, let's put it together. Yes.
And then like a
Missing
few
half
days
of it.
later, so we open it up, we get excited, and then like I got my tool belt on, my hard hat,
all
my work
the
boots
stuff is
to
out.
get ready to assemble a bed, and then
It was so sad. It was really disappointing. But the other piece came like 2 days later.
Yeah, but man, that thing was heavy.
Yeah, good quality though. That's the point. Excellent quality. Who knew?
Yeah, it was very heavy. Like
I didn't help him take any of this upstairs, so I don't know how heavy it was.
It was shocking. I was like, is this legal to ship a box this heavy?
This big?
Like, it should come with like a forklift. This thing was so heavy.
Somehow you made it work though.
Made it work. I was about to disassemble it in the driveway and bring it up piece by piece.
No, listen. Well, that's
but I didn't want to embarrass you. So I mustered up the courage.
Is a key to a successful marriage is not embarrassing your partner. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, you would have been
Don't
so upset.
them.
I'm in the driveway, papers flying all over the place, packing slips.
I would have sat there from the porch and just looked at you.
You would have been upset.
Just
so
looked
I
at you.
mustered up some courage and I brought that big old box in the house.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. And then we assembled it, and like I've assembled a few beds in my day.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And nothing of this level of quality.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Sure
it's not college IKEA. Okay.
It was not college IKEA. Them bolts were bolting.
Bolts was bolting.
Them washers were washing. Okay, that thing was heavy.
Yeah,
it was well made and well put together. And we've been using it for a week now.
Yeah.
And no creaks.
No, it is solid. It has a good amount. It's good. Its weight is distributed well.
Yeah, it don't feel like you walk by it and it'll just bump it and it'll go sliding across the room.
In fact, I've run into it because I'm clumsy.
It hurts you.
And it's taken me out.
Yeah, that's a good sign. If your furniture fights back.
My shins are dead, so the bed is great.
The bed is great. It's worth it.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I am going to be sharing a bedroom transformation on my personal Instagram in the coming weeks, maybe month or so, depending on when when you guys hear this. So be on the lookout for that because my goal is to redo our entire master bedroom for fall. So again, we're mid-century modern is the vibe here. So I'm going to be updating the full bed with new bedding, also putting up some shears. We're also looking into some paintings, adding a smaller dresser in the space. Like
hang
there's
up
some
a
things.
TV
Yeah,
or
hang up a
something like that,
TV. We don't have a TV in our bedroom currently.
yeah.
That's been a debate of ours. We'll talk about that on another
Right.
podcast.
Well,
But
when you come from like a 2 bedroom apartment into a house, we only had like 2 TVs.
yeah, we only had two.
Right. So you move into a house and then you got a basement, you got a living room, you got
Guest
offices
rooms.
and guest rooms, and like the TVs go to where the people could use them.
Yeah,
which was down
the
common
spaces.
areas, which was the basement and the living room. So now we've got to get new TVs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it.
It's great quality. Like I think one of the things I like about it is that it's got that textured fabric, that like woven fabric.
Yeah.
But it has this cloud-like feel to it, but not really a cloud though.
I know what you
like
mean.
a structured cloud.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not a cloud. So I should use another word.
No, I see.
It's just like
it's padded slightly.
It's padded and there's some give to it. If you were to like lightly put your hand on it, you can like feel some level of like cushiness to it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But it also has structure.
And that's what I like. I think for a bedroom, in my opinion, I like bedrooms to feel a little softer than other spaces. Like I feel your bedroom should be cushy and cozy, if you will. And I like the fact that the bed frame lends itself to being that. It's cozy, but it's still structured enough that it feels modern.
Right, and it's a good size. It's got these side legs that near the headboard area that creates like a C.
Yeah.
Around you, and that those ends of the C is very dramatic because it starts up high and it just goes straight down to the ground, like no gapping or anything like that. So it creates a very dramatic visual effect. Plants the bed down.
It does, yeah. It really grounds the
without
space.
feeling like it's low.
It was a good choice, and sometimes when you're ordering online, guys, like it is a risk. But I would recommend just research, and those reviews are really what it is. Now, I stumbled upon this by way of a TikTok video, but I had to do research to ensure that this bed was going to work for my space and my aesthetic. And that's where Greg and I worked together to ensure that, it would fit well, that we liked the color options and things like that. So I would say definitely look up the reviews because people be telling them truth in the reviews. And just make sure that it's going to fit your space the right way because ordering online can be tricky versus going into again a West Elm CB2 and seeing it yourself.
Yeah, but it's a foundational piece, and I think it works really well, and it's got like a really cool color, so it's like this off-white.
It's a tad bit cream without being too yellow.
Right, and it works well because it doesn't look obtrusive in the space. It's there, but not really.
Yeah.
Because of the lighter color. And I think that's like a good thing in furniture, like using lighter colored furniture where possible. Because it's there, but not really there. It doesn't take up as much visual clutter as something would be a very dark color.
I agree, especially in spaces where, you may be a little more contained. And again, we have a Cape Cod style home, so what you're imagining in a traditional bedroom is probably a little wider than what we would have. So we've essentially had to create air and flow and space in our rooms, and we do that by leaning into lighter colored furniture so that the space doesn't feel bogged down. And I think that's what you're describing.
And big windows help too.
Yes, big windows.
Opening up if you have a room, and if you're fortunate enough to have a large window, it makes that room feel that much bigger because you open up the window and it's obviously infinite at that point. And it helps to make you feel like you're not like trapped, in a space.
Yeah, definitely. And I would recommend to that point, if you do have take advantage of it and try not to hide your windows with like heavy drapery and things like that. Maybe lean into some linen shears and things like that that provide you the texture that you're looking for
Mm-hmm.
without blocking out the natural sunlight and like the visibility that is that
Yeah.
window. You've
And if
got to
it's
create
possible,
space.
open up the windows. Just let it wide open and just
Yeah,
let the light through.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
So
that was a great find.
yay!
That
I'm
was a
so
great find.
excited about it. More to come on our bedroom updates because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the bedroom is like the sanctuary, honey. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
And there's no better time, I think, to get it together than fall because we'll be cozied up for the next couple of months.
Yeah. You're gonna be in the house. It's cold out.
Right,
Might as well
we
make it
got to get it
functional.
right. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. So you're talking about some of basically the TikToker
Yeah.
that really
Ash dot
influenced
though.
that kind of like inspired you to
Yeah.
get that
The internet is crazy like
to
that.
get
It'll
that.
make you buy stuff.
Yeah, and like one of the things that I love
Yeah.
is this YouTube account called The Local Project.
I love the local project. Tell us more.
You gotta get into this. So the Local Project is this Australian, New Zealand based publication
Mm-hmm.
that works across a lot of different mediums. They have print, they also have online, social, and they've got this YouTube account where they're just
Mm-hmm.
making these, just like you know how there's food porn was like a word that everyone's
Yeah.
saying food porn, like
Yeah.
just cinematography blended with culinary arts.
Mm-hmm.
But this is cinematography blended with interior design, architecture,
It's beautiful, y'all.
and like well-made appliances. It's such an inspiration
Yeah.
for me and in many different ways. Like what was eye-opening
Yeah.
about this account was like it highlight obviously like I said it highlights Australia and New
Mm-hmm.
Zealand,
Mm-hmm.
but they do things so differently over there when it comes to architecture.
Their stuff looks otherworldly sometimes to me.
Yeah, it's there's so much traditional stuff that we're so used to in the States that when you see a different perspective of interior and exterior design for a home, it really like opens your mind to like what else is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then you get glimpses of those like uber modern homes in like communities like really stand out. It's like, whoa, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
This is like just neighborhoods full of that
Yeah.
in Australia and New Zealand. Um, very brutal architecture, sharp edges,
Mm-hmm.
and they just like everything is thoughtfully considered. And like for me, like working in a creative space, having inspirations like that of how you could look at design and think about how people use and interact with that design
Yep.
in combination with the traditions of that design
Sure.
and like not really leaning on those traditions, being aware of them and moving into a space where it's like, well, if I were to think of this brand new, like we did, I wasn't aware of this thing, how would I execute on this
Mm-hmm.
design? Like, this is one example of like this front facade of this house
Mm-hmm.
that they were highlighting. Basically, they have this YouTube channel. They're highlighting a bunch of different houses.
Mm-hmm.
They were highlighting this one house, and for the facade, they just covered it in slats,
Okay.
vertical slats
Mm-hmm.
of wood, and so you look at the front house. There's like no windows as it appears. It's just like
That's cool.
a stark, brutal, vertical lines facade.
Yes.
But that facade doubled as a like shading for the windows that were behind them.
Interesting.
So they had normal windows
Mm-hmm.
behind the facade,
Mm.
but they put these like slats in front of it. From the curb, it looks like super modern, futuristic,
Yeah.
and very sharp edges. But like on the inside, it creates a cooler temperament in the home where the sun rises or the sun sets. It's not like glaring sunlight into the space. So
Yeah,
it
it's
had
a
like
feature.
a feature. It's like normally it's just like throw windows on there, call it a day.
Yeah.
That's a normal house, but it's like just looking at things differently was
I
so
love
interesting.
that. The local project, yeah, you introduced me to the platform, and I find it to be interesting as well. I think the thing that I take away from it, agree with you that it's like the different ways in which they design things. I also find that it's interesting that things are super modern in a lot of the cases, but they still are super functional.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the States, what we consider luxury oftentimes is tied to how big something is.
Yeah, or
Like
shiny.
how big or shiny or whatever something looks like. And I think when I look at the local projects, sure, there are some larger homes that have tons of square footage and whatever, but a lot of the homes are homes that are modest and normal size, but how they've been able to modernize the space and create functional dual, almost triple in
Mm-hmm.
some cases, use of the spaces, I find to be really
That's
interesting.
so interesting. That's so true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
because these houses, if you really think about it, they're on like half an acre,
yeah,
quarter of an
they're
acre.
not huge
They're
houses.
not like
They're just
because
amazingly
a
designed.
lot of them are in like downtown areas,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I don't know the name of the towns, but like Melbourne or Bondi Beach, yeah,
Melbourne.
Queensland, those parts of Australia,
Right,
and
right.
they're very dense communities,
Yeah.
and it kind of reminds of our suburbs. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have like a 40s 50s suburbs where it's like house after house after house
Mm-hmm.
in a row, and they maximize the footprint of those lots
They do.
for the home.
Mm-hmm.
Like they throw the backyard, they throw the front yard to the wayside, and
Yeah.
they like bring that house right up to basically the street and the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I love it, and it's inspired me because for for me, I just think that thinking about what makes a home beautiful, oftentimes I think at least me, I'm like, oh, space. I need the space. I need the space.
Hmm.
But seeing local project makes me think, oh, what can I do with the space that I have? Like, how do I
Yeah,
make this space beautiful? How do I make it functional? How do I make it, everything that I want it to be?
yeah,
Because more space isn't always the answer when it comes to home design.
yeah.
It
That's
isn't
true.
always the answer. Sometimes it's like, how do I reorganize? How do I take something away to create more air? How do I, create a flush cabinet
Yeah,
that looks like it disappears? So you know what I mean? Like, it's the
right.
small details that I think makes a home really nice. And the local project does an amazing job of that.
Yeah, they highlight those projects very well, and it's like intentional design. Really,
Mm-hmm.
it's like not designed just because it's how it's done. It's
Yeah.
designed because this is what I'm going to create,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's an intentional creativity at that moment, not let's plug and play features that I'm aware of out of a catalog.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
one thing that I get on the details.
Uh-oh, here we go.
One of the things I love is just the fit and finish.
Here we go. And in five,
The fit,
four,
the
three.
fit and finish, the transitions between those materials in those homes.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is like if you are like any level of OCD, any level
Which you
of
probably
like,
are if you're listening to our
you probably are.
podcast.
You probably like the tactility,
Yeah,
the tactility,
you know, you're listening to
But
us.
they blend natural materials like woods, a lot of timber, as they say,
Timber.
timber,
Timber.
and concrete, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very natural looking, but those transitions and the the warmth of the materials and the density of it, you can feel the density through the screen. Like you can see like this is like good quality
Yeah.
joinery, as they say. They say joinery.
Okay, I don't know that.
I don't know. Joinery is what they say. I think joinery is like the wood or something.
Oh, okay.
But and then they feature a lot of integrated appliances. Like
They
when you go to those homes
do.
or you see those homes, they have like where the fridge at? And it's like, oh, that third wood panel, like
It's
it's
the
the
fridge.
fridge.
I love
And you
that.
like you don't know where to handle. You rub your hands. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
to the right. Oh, okay. And then there's like a hidden handle.
I love
It's
the idea
all
of that.
integrated, dishwasher integrated. You don't know where anything's at.
Mhm.
When anything's away, it just looks like all there is in that kitchen is a sink, and that's it.
I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, it's so
Get
dope.
rid of these handles on these cabinets, honey.
Right.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, right. It's so like, but it all makes sense. And they have a lot of storage
Yes.
because like the wall is a panel wall of wood pieces and slats, but you open doors and there's just a ton of storage. The entire wall, floor to ceiling, is storage.
Listen, and this is something that I'm learning. Side note, trick about keeping your house looking relatively organized, even when it's not, if you know what I mean. If everything has a place, nothing ever looks unorganized. I'm finding that. If everything has somewhere to go, it's when stuff don't got somewhere to go that things just get
Yeah.
left.
And it's like you get stressed because you're like, well,
What
just
do I
got all
do with
stuff.
this?
What is this? What is this? But
Yeah.
it's either you don't have anywhere to put it,
Yeah.
so make somewhere to put it, or you might have to get rid of that thing
Yeah,
itself,
reassess
right?
it. It's interesting for sure.
Yeah, so they do that very well, and just like just the transition between materials, you
Child,
can really
it's the fangirling
it's
for me.
just
Greg
it's
is
I
fangirling
just
right
love the
now.
shadow.
Like,
You
oh my
guys got to check
god.
it out and watch it on your TV.
Yes, that's another
Put it up on the
thing.
TV, not on the
It's the
phone.
quality of the videos for me, y'all. It be in 4K, and
Right.
they be doing the slow
Right, and then
pans.
the people are doing their voiceover. The
There's
VO's a little. It kind of sounds like me, the VO with the voiceover people. They be getting all in the weeds. Oh, you see the joinery and all that stuff. But you watch
we'll
it; it's
take
fun.
it. It's the
It's
expertise.
you know it's great.
Yes, the local project. Definitely check them out if you're into that sort of thing because we enjoy them
Yeah, it's
immensely.
a major source of inspiration
It is.
for me, not just in home and architecture and home design,
Mm-hmm.
but just design in general. It's like that blend of ergonomics and human experience with beautiful design intent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is like a case study of that
Yeah.
in by way of architecture and
Mm-hmm.
interior design.
I totally agree.
Yeah, so that's my thing I love.
And that's a good thing. I love it. I also love that thing.
Hmm.
But in addition to that thing, since we're talking about internet-y inspiration, I like to get a lot of my tips and tricks for immediate home styling. Like, for instance, Greg loves the local project. I also love the local project. I'll look at the local project and be like, ooh, that's beautiful. How do I take elements of that thing that I
Hmm.
like and bring it into our home? There's another level of processing that it takes to make that happen.
Right. Like
So
bring it down to earth.
how do I, yeah, like
'Cause these are
that's
like mega
great,
millions.
right? But for our home, how do we make this pop? And there are a couple of people who design in an aesthetic that I enjoy: mid-century, modern, warm texture, and they live on YouTube. One of those people is DIY with KB. She is fantastic.
Mm.
I think what I love about KB is that she literally is on top of all luxury, mid-century, modern trends, just general interior design trends before they even really hit the market and make it mass. And then she is able to identify elements that you can bring from those trends into your home.
Mm.
I love her.
She has the
Um,
short hair
yes, she's
and
there.
black
You go.
glasses.
Yep, the black hair, the
She be
short.
talking about dupes.
Yes, she does tons of dupe
Dupes.
content, which I absolutely love. Like, she'll tell you you can get it from RH, but she'll also tell you where you can get a dupe somewhere else, and I love that because I exist somewhere in between.
We're all
Okay,
yeah. You and I.
somewhere in
We in
between.
between. We in
We ain't
between.
IKEA, but RH. You know what I'm saying?
RH. We ain't RH
We're
either.
not
So we're
RH
in
right
between.
now. And so I love that about her. I also love her delivery. She's fun. She's good energy, and I found a lot of inspiration, a lot of finds in terms of our bedding,
Hmm.
inspiration for even flatware, dishware, and things like that from her. I love it, and I just love that she is constantly creating content, so I feel up to date on all the fun things that is happening. So I love KB,
Yeah,
and
she's
she
really
blew
like
up.
an authority in the
Yeah.
interior design space, the home.
She is. She blew up over the pandemic.
Yeah.
And along with this other guy that I'm going to share with you guys in just a minute, they like blew up over the pandemic. I think when people were just sitting around looking at stuff, but they have the expertise, they have experience, and their work speaks for themselves. So DIY with KB. The second guy that I'm going to share with you guys, his name is Arvin Alanu, and I love him. He's funny as heck. First of all, he's just like got this amazing personal style. So someone who's got good personal style and good interior design
Hmm.
style, please, I'll just whatever you say,
Sign
I
me
will
up.
do. I will
Yes.
do all the things. He is amazing with blending textures and high-low pieces.
Hmm.
So high-low is like maybe I will have a restoration hardware lamp, but then maybe I will find a blanket from Home Goods or Amazon.
Right. Or
Like he's
Target or something like that. Yeah.
exactly. So he's really good at blending high-low, and he is constantly reinventing himself as well as his home. I guess as an interior designer, that's a thing. A couple of interior designers I follow are constantly updating their homes. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how they do it because once I'm done, I'm done.
Sounds
But
stressful.
they're
But it's
always
great for
buying something
us
new.
because we
Great
got some content for us.
content for days. But I love him because he has a very particular eye for making things feel luxe, and that's difficult to do because sometimes things can err on the side of gaudy, can err on the side of tacky, And he never goes there. It's always right where it needs to be.
You have to be very intentional to separate that.
Yeah, because you can go there.
You can fall into, and we use, like, we called it, like, what do we call it? Like flashiness versus weight?
Yes, flashiness versus weight.
And we would prefer to lean on the weight side
yes,
of
we
things.
are weight people when it comes to style. Texture, tone,
fabric, material quality, blended, mixed materials.
Yes, mixed medium we love. Yeah, so he does a really good job of bringing all those elements together, and I absolutely love him. It's aspirational for me. A lot of the things that he creates are aspirational yet attainable at the same time. So those are the two people that I absolutely love in terms of interior design inspiration. I can't get enough of them. I'm subscribed to both of their YouTube channels, and I follow them on Instagram and TikTok. I'm obsessed.
I gotta check them out. I don't think I'm subscribed to them on social.
You probably watch them by way of me.
I know you've shared me. I'm familiar with DIY with KB. But
yeah.
I don't think I've seen Arvin Alanu.
Yeah, like he's fantastic. Content. Like he's next level, and the way he sources his pieces are always interesting.
Sources.
Yeah, like because so we went to West Elm, right, which is a mass place. There are smaller, almost boutique-y like furniture suppliers who are curators of things. They'll get stuff from other places of the country and have showrooms where they create these collections.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there's one or two of every piece. He oftentimes goes into those spaces and is curating looks and vibes and things, and I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Because again, that's like another level of like, you know, interior design know-how that I would like to get to, only because I feel like we have our basics, right? We talked about the Anton table, we talked about our Andy sectional. All of these are very good staple pieces that grounded our design. But now I'm at the point now where when I look at our spaces, our bedroom included, I'm like, how do I build character? How do I build luxury into the space, identity, you know?
Yeah.
And it takes work, I think.
Yeah, because even like our credenza, we might have to talk about this at another time, but our credenza, the pieces that we put inside of it is kind of like a showcase of us, our identity in some ways. Yeah.
We should definitely do that. Identity. We'll talk
identity
about that.
through design.
Yes,
interior design.
We'll talk about that in another podcast because it took us a while to get here, and I think because we'll definitely save this for another podcast because Greg, we could go deep. We're aesthetics people, so we'll make a note. Y'all hear about that later.
Yeah, that's a good topic
for sure.
Yeah. So you got any other news that we should share with the folks?
Any other news? Oh my gosh, he put me on the spot, y'all. Do I have any other news?
No, I don't think we had any news, right?
No, we don't have any other news. I think that's about it.
What's coming up?
What is coming up?
We got Teneriel tomorrow.
Yeah, we've been on a kick of experiences. So we are seeing Teneriel tomorrow.
Yeah,
this is Greg's fave. I don't know much about it.
I like sing-songy, moody, ethereal.
Here we go.
Dramatic.
If you couldn't tell.
Sensual music.
I love those dramatics all the time.
I want to feel like a space floating through space.
Y'all should see his shoulders right now.
My shoulders are moving.
It's
I'm
kind of
like I see stars I see stars. I see a Milky Way. I'm floating. Some intergalactical lover of some sort. That's what I want to feel when I listen to music. And Teneriel encapsulates that perfectly. He loves her. I haven't had the chance to really dig in. But I'm happy to experience her tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's like my spirit animal. Yeah. Like Teneriel. Yeah. Moses Sumne. Sumne. It's Sumne. Yeah. A lot of artists in that realm of like floaty. When Lana Del Rey first came out. Yes, he was definitely into Lana. When the Weeknd was moody. He moody, y'all. I'm moody. He be in his feelings. I like moodiness. I like, all that comes with it. Yeah, you do. So we got that coming up tomorrow. And I think that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm not ready. That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. So that should be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited for it. But I think that's the only thing we have coming up. Home-wise, we're just going to keep chugging. Yeah. And update you guys along the way on this journey. It's just so fun. All right, y'all. I think that concludes it. That's it. That concludes this episode of the Lovers and Things podcast with Lex and Greg. Absolutely. And if you guys want to keep up with us on our personal lives, you can be sure to follow us on our personal Instagrams account.
Mine is the Lexicana, TheLexicana. That's
Yes.
Lex. And Greg.
Greg's Style Guide. GREGSSTY. That's a lot of letters. I think by the time you get to GREGSSTY,
You won't find them.
I should pop up.
Yeah, that's
unless
him.
I'm like shadow banned or something.
Nah, you ain't shadow banned.
But just go to Lex account. I'm probably tagging.
Yeah,
something.
he's tagging all my stuff and vice versa. So
yeah, but yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yes.
You know, keep loving y'all things.
Yes, loving each other too. It's so important.
We love y'all. This was the Lovers and Things podcast.
Yeah. See you next time. Bye.
Peace.